Folks, southern Wisconsin is really a great place to fish, and over the last several years, I've had the privilege of fishing with Matt Bashonich. I call him Dr. Bass. But Matt has grown up in southern Wisconsin and fished from the Mississippi River in southern Wisconsin all the way across to Lake Michigan and everything in between. And Matt is really a true bass expert, but also has a lot of knowledge of fishing in southern Wisconsin. Good to see you, Matty B.
Good to see you, John. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, before we talk about ice fishing, I want to talk about a little bit about open water opportunities. I know you don't put your boat away. I don't either. I keep it handy all winter, actually. But some of our bigger lakes, Lake Geneva, what other ones? Mendota and Madison, even deeper lakes like Oconomowoc, Pine, those lakes don't freeze early. Can guys actually catch fish open water late like this?
Yeah, John, absolutely. And the one last good one that we missed there was Big Green. I mean, Geneva, all those lakes take a long time to freeze. They're a month behind all the smaller ones. And even though the water's in the 30s, late November into December, there's a lot of guys out there fishing, and there's a lot of good opportunities both during the day and nighttime fishing on those deep, clear lakes.
Okay, what are we talking about for species and techniques?
Yeah, I mean, again, I always come back to you can catch largemouth and smallmouth all the way up until it freezes. I got some good friends that do a lot of the nighttime trolling on all those lakes, your walleyes and muskies, and they're catching a lot of fish in those deep, clear lakes, trolling at night or jigging at night.
Where are you looking for these fish? Weeds, weed edges?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, right now, with this water being in the 30s, you still have green reeds on a lot of these clear, deep lakes. And where I've been catching bass and walleyes and northerns, all the game fish species on top of these weed flats, on the weed edges, and those fish stay there right up. And I pretty much fish the same spots that I do late fall, first ice.
And we're talking, some of these weed flats are maybe 3 to 10 feet of water. And one of your favorite techniques is ripping rattle type baits or spinner baits.
Yeah, John, there's 4 baits when you're casting that I love. It's a rattle trap, ripping it through the weeds, and everyone says, wow, you're fishing a hard, fast-moving bait in 35, 38-degree water. Yes, when those fish want to eat it, they catch up to it. Then I love a suspending jerk bait on 10-pound Seaguar fluorocarbon. Snap it a couple times and let it sit. When this water's in the 30s, don't be afraid to let that bait sit 30 seconds up to 60 seconds. Give it 2 twitches and then let it sit, and those fish will come up and eat it in that cold water.
Again, some of your favorite lakes for this open water fishing?
Yep, Geneva, Delavan, Oconomowoc, Pine, and Big Green, and then the Madison chain. Those are all really good fisheries in a pretty big area in southeastern Wisconsin.
Now, switching gears and maybe moving to southwestern Wisconsin a little bit, maybe from the Dells down, the Wisconsin River is good open water fishing pretty much all winter if it stays open.
Oh yeah, been there, and some cold days, and those saugers and walleyes will still bite. And then the Mississippi River. I mean, it's the best of all worlds. You guys are over there duck hunting right now. You got people over there catching walleyes and saugers below dams, and that'll continue on depending on from Prairie all the way up to Red Wing, wherever you have moving water below dams and open water. They fish them all winter over there.
And vertical jigging a minnow or a blade bait or plastic is good technique.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, and just get on those current seams, and that's what those fish are going to be.
Now, when we got safe ice, down here in southeastern Wisconsin, those big lakes we mentioned probably aren't safe until after Christmas. But some of your smaller lakes, can you name a few, maybe like Eagle Lake or any of those that will freeze faster?
Yeah, you got Big and Little Muskego. You got Eagle Lake. You have, just look at Waukesha County. We have so many 1,200 of smaller acre lakes. I mean, Okache's an overlooked lake in the bays for panfish first ice. Just all those small Waukesha County lakes, John. There's a lot of good first ice, and hopefully it's comes quicker this year than last in early December. And again, I'm going right to the green weeds, drilling a lot of holes. And the one trick with fishing panfish first ice in southeastern Wisconsin, and this goes to a lot of places, is we're fortunate enough to have clear water and good weeds in all the lakes in southeastern Wisconsin. So first ice, you get that 4 inches plus of ice, whether there's snow or not on top of it. I like to drill a hole where I know I fished a weed bed in the fall time or in the summer. Drill a hole. Don't be afraid to lay down in the ice if you don't have a camera that you can stick down the hole, and find weeds. And when you find weeds, that's what you want to set up. And one trick to catching big panfish first ice is you want to find the sand pockets in between the weeds, the thick weed clumps, and that's where those big panfish sit first ice.
Well, I'm excited to get out with you, buddy. You know, you and I always enjoy ice fishing together. And I want to mention one more thing, though, safety. And you're a big proponent of safety. You got any tips? Because I got a few if you don't, for safety.
Yeah, John. I mean, I run a Yamaha Grizzly 700, and I always have a throwable float cushion on there with 50 feet of rope. Have your ice picks with you. First ice, you want to carry an ice spud. Never walk out anywhere, whether you're walking or taking an ATV, no matter what people are telling you. Use that ice spud, check the ice, make sure it's safe, and always have a throwable with rope and your ice picks with you, no doubt.
And I always say early ice, never fish alone.
Never fish alone. Always go with somebody, and always just be very cautious and get out there on good, safe ice and go catch them.
Well, thank you, Matty B.
Thank you, John. Bye.